Thank you so much for joining this webinar. I am here to present the Fit4 Offshore Renewable Program, specifically focusing on Scottish Island and coastal communities, funded by 4 main developers in those areas that I am going to provide more information about them and also Fit4 Offshore in general. There will be a Q&A session at the end of this webinar, so please use the Q&A function that you can see, and I will answer your questions. The questions that are common question or as questions that are related to almost everyone, I will answer them. Those that are specific, like, am I eligible for this program, or my sector, I'm working in this sector, is it going to be useful for me? I will respond to them separately after the webinar, so please email me and I will reply to your specific questions. However, any question that you do have about Fit4OR program in general, or any question that you believe other participants might have as well, please feel free to put it in the Q&A function and I will respond to all of them. So for the start, what I am going to do, I am going to introduce ORE Catapult, first of all, who we are, what we do, and what is our mission. The Offshore Renewable Energy Catapult, or what is usually common to call it's ORE Catapult, is a technology innovation and research center for offshore renewable energy. We are working closely with academia, with developers, with industries to accelerate the creation and growth of UK companies in the offshore renewable sector. What we do have unique facilities like our Blythe facility, or the floating offshore central facility in Aberdeen. We do have a blade testing facility, which is one of the biggest testing facility for the blade in the UK. And as I said, we do have several offices across the UK. We bring together innovators, industry, and UK academia. We try to reduce the cost and risks in renewable technologies. We try to achieve that cost reduction and risk reduction with the help of developers, industry, and try to identify new technologies that can be adapted for the sector. Also, we try to grow the UK economy value. It is UK-wide. However, as I mentioned, this particular cohort or program is focusing on the Scottish Island and coastal communities. And also, we are trying to enable the transition to low-carbon economy. That's one of our main missions as well. We do have over 300 engineers, researchers, and sector experts in different parts of the UK, from Aberdeen to Hale, Pembroke, Blythe, Leavenmouth. We do have world-leading test and demonstration facilities, as I mentioned, the biggest blade test facility in the UK, and several unique test facility in Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire. So considering that some companies or some people here in this webinar are from that part of Scotland, I mean northeast and above. So please look for facilities over there and see how you can utilize them. If you're in doubt or if you do have any question, please get in touch with myself and I will connect you to the right people. We have several main programs and several main pillars that we would like to focus. And one of them is research, the other one is innovation, testing and validation, and supply chain growth. Supply chain growth is the reason that we are gathering here today and is the main purpose of this program, Fit4OR. What I'm going to do next is that this cohort, not Fit4OR, Fit4OR has been across the UK, that I'm going to talk about it later on. It has been across the UK for about 5 years. We have supported almost 140 companies across the UK from Wales to Aberdeenshire. This particular cohort happened because 4 developers that I'm going to introduce them and introduce their projects got together and started a collaboration to support the supply chain in the Scottish Islands and coastal communities. So the first one, there is no particular order in the project that I am introducing. They're all they do have all equal contributions. So the first one is Scottish Power Renewable, and their main project that are focusing for this program is Mocker Wind. It is a fixed bottom technology. The max capacity is 2,000 megawatt. It is quite it's big site, 510 square kilometers. Sorry. The average water depth is 53 meters. There are various range of turbines from 88 to 147, and they are located on the west coast of Ayrshire. And the site investigation as a timeline, site investigation survey started 2023. It will continue till 2026. Consent, it will be between 27 and 28. Construction has already started. The construction will start later in 2020s. So probably 2028 or 2029, and first export will be 2033. In terms of development and updates, as you can see, there has been several activities since early 2020s. So the bird and marine mammal survey has started in 2021 till 2023. The site investigation has started in 2033. Scoping report, port feasibility study, social economical impact assessment. The social economical impact assessment in particular, it is something that it will be related to what we are doing here. We try to maximize the social economical impact of these projects. A stakeholder engagement, it has started since 2022, and there are various forms of sessions. There were various forms of sessions, and there will be more in the future. So from ILA, Jura, and Iona, and there will be, as I said, there will be other sessions in the future. So if you are located on those areas, please see how you can get engaged with the Scottish Power Renewable, and in particular with the Mocker Wind project. The next project and the next funder is ESB, Energy for Generation. It's from F4OR Offshore Wind Farm. They are located on the east side of Shetland. In general, as a background to ESB, they started in 1927. They are Irish state-owned organization, and they are operating in the UK since 1993. The Stura project, it is a 500 megawatt floating offshore wind farm. So the previous project that Scottish Power Renewables they are working on, it was fixed bottom technology. However, this one, Stura, is a floating offshore wind farm. It is approximately 40 kilometers off the east coast of Shetland, as I mentioned, and lease option awarded in 2022. Survey and the early developments, they have already started, and it will be continued till 2027. And construction will start around 2034. The next project that is a joint venture between Northland Power and again ESB, it is Esprit Namara. It is approximately 5 to 13 kilometers of west coast of Isle of Lewis. Potential capacity is around 900 megawatts. It is going to potentially save around 1.7 million tons of harmful CO2 emission. And Northland Power is leading to development and construction and operation of it. It has started in April 2022, and it's the expected date when the wind farm could be operational is 2033, so roughly about 6 years' time. There are various activities that are going to happen between now and the 2031. So again, if you are located on around those areas and you would like to be part of this program, the funder would be ESB and Northland Power for this particular one. The next project, in terms of the supply chain, they have committed to maximize opportunity for local suppliers and other Scottish businesses. Something that needs to be mentioned, none of these projects, they do have restrictions for getting engagement with the stakeholders and suppliers. So if you are in east coast of Scotland and the project on the west coast is in your interest, please get in touch with the developer and the funder. And I'm sure they would like to hear from you, or vice versa, from west coast to east coast. So please don't, if you're located in one place, don't assume that you are not expected to get in touch with any developers that are on the other side of the country. The website registration for this particular project is there, so I encourage you to go ahead and submit your profiles there. And they would like to hear more about what's available in the local market and how to engage with the local supply chain earlier in the process. So the next project is Arwen Offshore Wind Farm. It is a joint venture collaboration between Ocean Wind and Mainstream Renewable Power. They are located in the east side of Shetland, again, close to what they're really close to a Stura offshore wind farm that is being developed by ESB, as I mentioned previously. They have they started the whole process in 2022, and the offshore site awarded by Crown Estate then, and the first phase of construction will start in 2030s. Target capacity for this particular wind farm is 2.3 gigawatts, so the bigger one. The operational, it's in early 2030s. Around 2.3 gigawatt is the equivalent annual consumption of 2 million homes, which will be in Scotland and UK in general. And 3 million tons of CO2 will be reduced by operating this wind farm. So as we can see, these wind farms, And these project and developers, not only they are focusing on developing an offshore wind, regardless if it's a fixed bottom or a floating one, uh, they do have a massive impact on climate change as well. So they are contributing dramatically to carbon reduction. Going back to Fit4 and the purpose of this program and webinar, uh, mm, Fit4 is to increase the competence and capacity and competitiveness of the UK offshore renewable energy supply chain. We are trying to maximize opportunities for businesses across the UK, regardless of where they are, both domestically and globally. As you may be aware, UK is the leading country in offshore wind sector. So we would like to use our capacity for export, and also the lesson learned that we have got in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And in the future, we would like to pass it to other countries as well. So one of our main objectives is to increase the export as well. So any services that we are providing here to any project from local supply chain, we would encourage this local supply chain to be engaging globally as well. So what is Fit4? Fit4 is aimed to address barriers for businesses that may face when they are entering the sector. Or if they would like to, if they are part of the sector, they were part of the onshore wind, and now they would like to move a little bit toward the offshore, we try to provide the sector-specific support underpinned by business excellence. So what does that mean? That means that we are trying not to pass only the knowledge about the sector. We try to bring the standards of the businesses and what is expected from them to a certain level so they can meet the demands, they can meet the requests from developer and tier ones and other tiers of the sector. We try to identify high potential supply chain organizations with a strategic interest in the offshore wind industry. Doesn't matter if you are active in the sector or not. If you do have potential, we would like you to help you transition to the new sector. So as I said, from onshore wind to automotive to even consultants and service providers. We would like you to transition into the new sector. And that's one of the purpose of Fit4. The program by itself is aiming to grow the supply chain. As I said, helping businesses to transition. We try to increase the competitiveness by supporting companies to improve competitiveness through innovation, continuous improvement, and fundamental business principles. And we try to achieve that improving competitiveness by our business excellence advisors, and also try to we will have lots of other events, and we try to bring businesses together so you can get in touch with each other and you can see potential in each other and the way that you can collaborate as well. The other aim is to raise awareness. It is really important that we promote high potential supply chain organization within industry. And we try to do that. As I said, we do have several events. We do have the biggest supply chain, Ori Catapult has the biggest supply chain event conference actually in the UK, which is called Spotlight event. This year it will be the 4th year that we are running it. Last year was in London. This year will be in Glasgow. So I will encourage all of you to, if you are interested, regardless of Fit4 if you get successful in Fit4 program or not, you are selected or not, I would encourage you to look up Spotlight event. As I said, it's ORE Catapult's event, and attending that, it will show the extent of the sector. Last year, we had about 600 attendees. The year before, similar number, and it shows the importance of these type of events. We try to promote businesses the way that we can. Fit4 businesses, not all of them, those are that have been successful through the program, they will receive a free stand as well for that particular conference. So if any of you are successful with the Fit4 program, we will offer you a free stand. So you can showcase your potential, you can showcase your capabilities to the sector. And as I mentioned, the program is the biggest one, the event in the UK, like Scottish Power Renewable, Ocean Wind, ESB, they are sponsors of those events. So they have been last year, they will be probably next year as well. So what's going to happen is that when you attend those type of events that will facilitate you to join, you will have exposure to developers, to different projects across the UK. You need to remember that these 4 projects that are funding this cohort are just a slice of the pie. There are massive opportunities across the UK in the sector that we would like you to get involved. In terms of Fit4, what we do have, how it has been formed, is that every cohort has its own funder or funders. For this particular one, as I said, 4 developers, 4 projects are funding it. So it means that for businesses that they take part in this program, it will be free of charge for them. And the amount that is required to support them is being paid by those projects. We do have 2 type of activities, sector specific and business excellence. So those are the 2 main strands of Fit4. We do have experts in the sector that we call them sector specific advisors. And we do have business excellence advisor that they are Six Sigma black belts and higher, to help you with the continuous improvement and bringing the standards of your operations to a certain level that is acceptable to other businesses and developers. So, and what we try to achieve during Fit4 program, it's not something off the shelf. We try to gather as much information as possible from our industry advisory group. As you can see, our industry advisory group is Ocean Wind, ENBW, GE, Thistle Wind Partner, Scottish Power Renewable, Equinor, SSC, Vestas, Siemens, RWE, and RIDG. So these partners, industry advisory group, they get together every 6 or so months together. And what they do, they will bring new challenges to us. They will say that what challenges they are facing, what they expect from businesses, how they would like businesses to perform. And we try to embed those comments and those challenges into the Fit4 program. So as I mentioned, Fit4 is not off the shelf, and we update it regularly based on the challenges that the main developers and the industry is facing. So that's the nature of Fit4. The support process starts from expression of interest. That is still open. So I would encourage you to go to ORE Catapult website, Fit4OR program, and register your interest if you're interested in attending the Scottish Island and Coastal Communities cohort. Then each of the participants that they have expressed their interest, they will need to fill the capability questionnaire, self-assessment, and then the selection process will happen. So based on the capability questionnaire and self-assessment, and according to the funder's opinion, our opinion, and the criteria that we do have, we will select suitable candidates that for this cohort, we are seeking to have something between 10 and 12, maximum 12 and minimum 10 of companies. After that, when the selection happens, we will have an on-site verification. Our advisors will visit the selected companies, and they will do the assessment against the criteria and the gaps that we know. So exactly what the businesses do in the self-assessment, our advisor will do exactly the same, however, from an expert point of view. And based on the gap between self-assessment and on-site verification, we provide action plans. Action plans are means that participating companies, with the support of advisor, build improvement plans. So, and based on those plans, you will carry on developing your processes. You will carry on your sector knowledge. You will carry on your different aspect of the processes, as I mentioned, that I will cover it later on. During those process, you will have one-to-one support from our advisor. So it means that our advisor will visit you, our advisor will spend time with you. They try to support you and tell you exactly what is the best practice and how you should adapt it. And when you meet your goal, you will go through pre-granting phase. Pre-granting phase is a really simple process, and then you are fit for granting. If granted, businesses will be promoted to the industry network. As I said, for instance, during the Spotlight event or several other events that Fit4 has across the year and across the UK. The other point is that developers such as Ocean Wind for their project, Scottish Power Renewables, they are funding this program because they believe that these practices and how we are helping businesses to get to the certain level of standards is going to help them as well. So certainly developers are looking for businesses that are fit for granted. As I said, we have supported almost 140 companies so far. And around 75 of them have achieved the granted status. The rest of them, either they were not successful to reach their standards, or they are still in the process of going forwards. As I mentioned previously, we do have two main strands: sector-specific and business excellence. Sector-specific contains sector knowledge, cost reduction and competitiveness, capacity and capability, sector-specific HSE, technical risk management, and commercial risk management. For business excellence, we would like businesses to improve or meet a certain standards in people, strategy and leadership, process and operation, design and project delivery, health and safety, environment, and quality. Some of the businesses that are attending here, or they were part of the Fit4 program previously, they are not design specific process organizations. They are service providers. They are environmental survey companies. We will not expect all of the businesses to behave the same. We will adapt everything accordingly to the nature of the business and their processes. So obviously this is not ISO. We are not looking to push businesses to do something that they don't want. But at the same time, we would like you to reach certain standards and have certain processes in place. So when developers and tier ones want to work with you, it is easier for them to work with you as well as you improve your capabilities and capacity as well. Previously, we have had several cohorts across the UK. As I mentioned, we had a UK national cohort, Welsh, Northeast Scotland, 4 of them actually, Northeast England, and Orkney Island. So in general, we have had about 135 participants. 76 are successfully granted, 110 are supported businesses. It means that they're still in the process or they have achieved granted status. And this is not the end. What we are doing, we are having 3 other cohorts. One of them is the Scottish Island and Coastal Communities that is in registration phase. We do have the 5th Northeast Scottish one that is in selection phase, and the 2nd national cohort that's again in the selection phase. We are in discussion with several partners to have another Welsh cohort. The Northern Ireland cohort is going to be developed soon, and we are in discussion phase with several parties in Northern Ireland. And there is a discussion going around to have a wider Scottish national cohort. So UK national cohort, obviously companies from Wales, Isle of Man, and also other part of the UK can attend, so including Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. However, Welsh cohort is just specifically for Wales registered companies. Scottish national one will be exactly the same, just focusing on the Scottish registered companies. The current cohort that we are gathered here for is the Scottish Island one. Obviously, the geographical area that is showing here is not currently accurate because it's literally it contains here and here as well. This is just a part of it that we are highlighting. As you can see, we have had so many cohorts, about 10 cohorts previously. We are having 3 more that will be start delivering in the next couple of months, and we are developing 3 others as well. And we do have few others in the pipeline that they are in the earlier stages. In terms of impact, how we gather our impact is that we gather some information early in the process when you are attending the cohorts, and at the end when you are leaving the cohort. We gather some information, and during that time, which is on average 18 months for businesses that they are part of the program, we have seen 28% average growth in turnover, 13% average growth in number of jobs, 13% average increase in business excellence sector. What it means is that businesses, by 13% increase, what we mean here is that the process that they have improved 13% toward the end of the program. 22% average increase in the sector-specific score. The knowledge increase in the sector for companies that attended was about 22% increase. During our cohorts, 9 company acquisitions happened. During all those events that I mentioned previously, companies start collaborating together. Companies expose themselves to others, to bigger organization, different part of the UK. And 9 of these collaborations ended up with accusations. There were about 39 contracts supported by the businesses that went through Fit4 program. We are not, obviously, we are not promoting Fit4 as a platform to win contracts. However, because of the increase in the knowledge sector, uh, increase in the process business excellence score, exposure exposure of businesses to each other and to other developers, potential contracts will be seen and will be won. So those are the our impact. We do have a massive track record of our impact. These are just a summary of it that you can see. You can go ahead and check our website, Fit4OR, and you can see our yearly impact report there as well. So for further details, you can go ahead and check our website. Just few examples of contracts that they were won, or collaboration that happened, or even intra-cohort acquisitions. OEG got the Fern Communication, PWS. They met each other during Fit4OR cohort. They started working together. They saw the potential. That acquisitions happened. Collaboration, 360 Energy, Tron and Dixon's, they are bidding for major development, major project development in across the country. FMS and PDMS, they are bidding at the same time as a collaborator for several projects in the UK. And as you can see, there are contracts being supported, Balmoral, 2H Offshore, Weather Request, Fern Communication, ProIon. ProIon recently, they have won a six-figure contract, and they would like, and we are gathering a case study from them, because they are one of the most successful Fit4OR companies. So if you would like to have a real experience, to hear real experience from Fit4OR, if any of you, just let me know. I can connect you to several businesses that are happy to pass their experience for Fit4OR. You can hear their ideas and how it helped them to be part of this program. We do have several testimonials as well, so I would encourage you to go ahead on our website and check them if you are unsure, or if you would like to have more information about the program in general. And that was about Fit4. ORE Catapult, and at the same time introducing the projects and developers that are funding this particular program. What I would do at this phase, I would like to ask to answer any question if you do have. And what I can do is that any specific questions that is not related to businesses, I can, if you email me directly, I will reply to you sometimes today. So please use the Q&A function to ask your questions. Is there a limit on the number of participants allowed per company in the program? There is not, actually. Usually businesses, they are going to have, based on experience, I am answering this. So usually businesses have 3 to 4 people involved, but we have had businesses that they had about 7 that they were attending modules and attending the our webinars and our sector-specific knowledge experience sessions. We have had businesses that they had just one person as the driver of the program and the business. So it's totally up to businesses that how they would like to go ahead with that. The average number is somewhere between 3 to 4. And I should mention something that the sector-specific part, it contains modules. So we will have around 11, 12 modules that it will be mm, in hybrid mode. So we will try to have them online and as well as face-to-face. So we will accommodate that considering the geographical location of the businesses and this particular cohort. We will try to accommodate it in a way that majority of businesses can attend face-to-face modules, because those face-to-face modules gives you platform, an opportunity to be in touch with each other, know each other better, and see if you're based in Isle of Lewis and there's another company based in Shetland, how they there's a synergy there, how they can work together. So we will try to accommodate that and have as many as possible face-to-face modules. But experience showed that hybrid is the best mode. So we will have online modules as well. Does the company need to be an SME or can any organization apply? Any organization can apply. There is no limit on that. However, we do have certain criteria that needs to be met. So the minimum, there is no upper end for it, but the lower end is that businesses needs to have at least 6 direct employees and and 500 pounds turnover. We have adapted these criteria and we for this cohort. F4OR usually has 1 million turnover and 10 direct employees. However, considering the geographical location of the cohorts, this cohort, businesses that are based on islands and also the demography of companies, we have decided to reduce the bare minimum. So we are opening it up for more businesses for this particular course. However, if any of you are going to apply for our national program or second national program or a Scottish national program, you are going to see that the criteria for those cohorts are different and they are tighter in comparison to this one. Is it open to companies already operating in the offshore wind industry? Absolutely. We are happy to have you. We have had so many businesses that they were active. It doesn't mean that you cannot gain anything from the program. It helps you to improve your processes. It helps you to get more knowledge about the sector. It helps you to see your peers and start helping you with collaborations and moving forward for bigger tenders. Exactly like as an example, Balmoral is one of the active companies in the sector. However, they were part of F4OR. So yes, it is open for businesses that are operating in offshore wind as well. What type of roles or level of seniority are you targeting within each company? We would like to have senior members as part of the process, considering the level of changes that requires to be done or needs to be looked at. So if we usually have senior members, as I said, MD to quality manager and other similar roles. those are the type of for the modules, sector-specific modules. You can have, as I said, 6, 7 employee of you to be attending. So you can have different levels, or if you do have a person with high potential or great future for the sector, you can obviously you can engage them. But in terms of sector specific, we would like senior members to be involved, as I mentioned, because of the level of seniority that is required to adapt the changes for the processes. What is the approximate level of time and resource commitment required from each company until program completion? Uh, this is a really difficult question to answer. It all comes back to how you get engaged and how important you look at the program. We have had, on average, it takes about 18 months for businesses to go through the whole program. However, we have had business that actually they were based in Orkney, that they finished the program and went through all the processes in 5 months. And we have had business that they were based in England, massive organization. It took about 23 months. So it all comes back to the level of effort that you would like to put for this program and how, in general, offshore wind sector is important for your organization. The required level probably just going to be a few hours per week. But as I said, it all comes back to the business. Sometimes businesses, they do have a really robust processes and they do not need that amount of time. They just need about half an hour per week. Sometimes businesses need 4 hours per week. So it all comes back to the nature of the business and how mature the business is. One of the reasons that we do have self-assessment and then our advisor visit you is to understand the gap that where you see yourself and from the expert point of view, from a consultant point of view, where you are standing. So that gap needs to be minimized. And as I said, there is not a straight answer to that question. However, I would like to highlight this program is an intensive program. There are shorter program within ORE Catapult, within other part of the sector. This program has been designed for businesses that are seeking to transition into the sector. And to transition into the sector means that you need to put a lot of effort. So what I would suggest, and I would like to highlight, the program is not easy, but it doesn't mean that we don't want you or we will be harsh unnecessarily. We want to help businesses transition into the sector. So we would help you. We do have each company will have 2 individual advisors specifically for them to support them through the whole process. One from sector point of view, the other one from business excellence point of view. And we will provide one-to-one support. And we will be here for the help as well, but it needs effort from your side as well. Is there any other question that I believe that the questions all are answered. In case if you do have specific questions relating your organization, relating other aspects, get in touch with me directly. I'll be more than happy to answer them separately via email or even having a short catch up with you and explain this whole process again if it's required. I also would like to highlight that there is a supply chain wind directory, UOWD, that it will be shared with you. UK Offshore Wind Directory. Please go ahead there, submit a profile there. It's free of charge for all businesses to be part of it. And also you can demonstrate your capabilities, you can demonstrate your capacity, where are you located. So you will get some exposure to the market as well. As I mentioned, it is free of charge for everyone to have a profile there. Go ahead, fill the information as much as you can. UK Offshore Wind Directory, and it has been sponsored by OWGP Offshore Wind Growth Partnership. It has been sponsored with Crown Estate of Scotland and the Floating Centre of Wind, Floating Offshore Wind Centre of Excellence. So we do have a good support there. I will add the link to the slides. So I would encourage all of the businesses, regardless of their location, their size, and the sector, go ahead and submit your profile there. The other question is that this is an island-based cohort. Will it be wholly virtual, or will there be a lot of traveling by organizer or participants? As I mentioned, because of the logistic, we will try to have it on hybrid mode. So probably out of the 12 cohorts, out of the 12 modules, 2 of them will be face-to-face, and 10 of them will be online, or around that number, 3 and 9. We won't expect people from different islands to travel to, 10 times traveling is too much. We do understand that. So we are expecting something between 2 minimum to 4 face-to-face sessions, and the rest will be virtual. In terms of traveling by organizers, what we need to do, our advisors need to visit you and your sites. So there will be traveling from our advisor to your sites, but it is for later stages. At this stage, it will be just, as I said, 2 to 4 traveling from organizers and organizations. And considering the time, we do have a couple of more minutes. If there is any other question, please put it in the Q&A function. If not, the session has been recorded. It will be uploaded, and it will be shared with you separately as well. You will have access to our presentation. It will be sent to you, so you will have a copy of that. Also, I will add one more slide relating to UK Offshore Wind Directory. So I will encourage you to go ahead and submit a profile there. It is free of charge, and it will give exposure to you, regardless if you are going to be part of Fit4 or not, if you are active in the offshore wind sector or not. Be there, present yourself, and it's free of charge for almost everyone. So considering the time and that there is no coming question, I would like to close this webinar. Thank you so much for your attending, and also, if you have had any question, if you needed any further information, please go ahead on our website, Fit4OR, and if you couldn't find your questions there, get in touch with me directly. I'd be more than happy to help and support.